want to talk about breath. I want to talk about why it's so important. Uh, I'm starting to realize that a lot of the things that I struggle with are really at the root of them, uh, lack of like breathing properly, right? And most of us are never actually taught how to breathe. We're never really like, I remember when I was a kid, when I used to actually practice breath work, people used to come over and act like ask me if something was wrong or ask me if I was okay. So we don't, in our culture, like we don't even really understand breath work or how to use the breath or like why the lungs are so powerful, right? We just know that they control our body and, we wake up every morning and we breathe and shit. But basically, it's more than that. So you got to look at, people will wonder like, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? How come I'm struggling with this? How come I'm struggling with that? Why is it so hard for me to lose weight? Why is it so hard for me to concentrate? How come I can't stop eating these things? And almost always it comes back to a lack of breath, okay? And just taking a deep breath in and of itself is something that's very powerful that we don't do enough, right? So why don't you just go ahead and take a deep breath with me? And when you're breathing, you want to make sure that you're filling up your belly, right? You don't want to puff your chest out. You want to fill up your belly. And as your belly fills up, then your chest will eventually puff out. But you want to breathe into your belly first, right? So I've always understood the importance of breath. I've always taken deep breaths. I've always worked with my breath. But I've always been missing something, right? I've always been like, oh man, I wish I could just get that last, like I trying to do yoga, trying to do all these things, and it's like I can't quite get to it, right? Well, somebody figured it out. Okay, some of you guys may have heard of him, some of you may not. There's a gentleman named Wim Hof, okay? And they call him the Iceman. So he's a big, his whole claim to fame is like he does everything in ice, goes underwater, takes cold showers. I think he climbed Mount Kilimanjaro barefoot in shorts. And so he just goes hiking in the cold and shit, right? But really what he does is he uses his breath. Okay, so his secret is his breath. And he has a whole methodology that he calls the Wim Hof method that teaches you how to breathe properly, right? And for me, I realized I did it yesterday for the first time, like completely. And when I did it, I was like, holy shit, I don't have to do meditation anymore. I barely have to do yoga now. Like everything I was doing was to get me to this thing, right? And so now I have this thing. And I can use this thing as my jumping off point instead of trying to use yoga to get to it, right? Or meditation or something like that. Or weed, right? I use weed a lot to get me to it. Because weed helps me open up my lungs. I used to have asthma when I was a kid, so it's hard for me to breathe. But basically, I just didn't really understand the Wim Hof method. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a link. He has a free app. I'm going to share a link to his app in the video description, because basically, like, I don't know how much longer he's going to have it free, but he has a training program on there where it's just you and him, and he's talking you through breathing, right? And you can do it as many times as you want. It just keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. It'll go all day if you want it to. But it's amazing. And I did it for like 15 minutes this morning. I don't even know if it was that long. And then I was like, holy shit, now I can go for a run. Like, all of these shit that I normally do in my morning routine, I can do in like 5-10 minutes of breath work. So I'm going to share that link. And that's all I got. So if you like this video, subscribe for more. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, @RileySeaberg. And that's all I got for you. Okay, bye.